Have you ever published a blog, waited, and basically nothing happened? You were expecting traffic and it was just straight silence. If this has happened to you before, you're not alone. A lot of small business owners experience this, and it's really not your fault. The issue is it's really oversimplified online. So in this video, we're going to walk through a couple reasons why your blog might not be ranking and some things that you can do to possibly fix that. So one of the main reasons is you're writing for people, not really the search engines, right? So when we write for people, our audience, our community, we know what they like. We know specific keywords that might catch their attention, but it might not be the same with Google. With Google, we want to make sure that we have extremely clear headings, right? We want to stick to one topic in our blog. So if we're going to write about, let's say, for example, a recipe. If you're going to write a recipe, there's really no reason to bring in past experiences about how your grandma used to do it and all of that stuff. Just focus on the way you do it. And then if you wanted to create a separate blog about your grandma and then maybe link it, then you can take that approach. But just trying to add too many things to your blog, it makes it extremely hard for the search engines to know what the topic is actually about. So you just want to make sure that your headings are clear, you're linking it back to different parts of your website so that the structure is there. All right, so the second thing on the list is your blog serves no real purpose, right? So with it serving no real purpose, what that means is you might be talking about something that has nothing to do with your industry. So let's say you're into construction, but then one day you started talking about the best places to take a vacation, right? That gets extremely confusing for Google. So in turn, they have no idea what it's about, so they're not going to send people that way. The third thing that I have on my list is the site itself, it needs work. So if your site isn't structured so Google can understand your basic services and what it is that you actually offer, it's going to be extremely hard for you to rank on blogs as well, right? So you just want to make sure that your website is good. And this is where it goes back to my weeks of talking about a pretty website is not a profitable website, right? And it's because you just want to make sure that your structure is there and everything makes sense. And then the final thing that I have on my list is it is so oversimplified online. You know, people make it seem like this is something that happens overnight. You write a blog today and you wake up tomorrow and you have a whole bunch of traffic. But that's just not how it works, right? If anybody promises you that they can get you traffic in 30 days, that's not true. And it's not true because the search engine needs time to learn your website, learn what you're about, see if you're consistent. You know, you have to think about your competition. There might be someone out there that has had their website for the last 7 years, you know. You have to really build that authority. And for some people, it might be easier. So if they already have a community and as soon as they launch their website, they're pushing people there, you already have an advantage. But that's not the case for most small business owners, right? A lot of us, we have to start from scratch. You have to build that community up from scratch. So because we are building that community, it's not going to be as easy as getting the traffic there. But with consistency, you absolutely can. With time, you absolutely can. And I have to emphasize with your structure, you absolutely can. So again, I know, you've been writing blogs, you've been pumping them out. I've been there, I've done it. And there are times when I just wasn't getting anything from it. And it's because I didn't understand structure in it. And one of the biggest missing pieces that I had is internal linking. With internal linking, you just need to make sure that blog connects to other places of your website. So within that blog, you have a service, please connect it to a service page. If you have, let's say, another blog that might feed off the blog that you're writing, connect that blog to it as well, So you just want to make sure that everything essentially makes sense. All right, I hope this was helpful. If you are looking for more tips like this to basically help turn your website into something more profitable, feel free to follow along and I'll see you guys later. Bye.